Hello, this is Lee with 82 Game of 12 here on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75, and we are on video number 34 of my playthrough of Eylau 1807 Battles of Napoleon, Volume 1, designed by Uwe Valentin. Sound of Drums is the producer. We develop and publish thrilling historic board games. Go check them out at soundofdrumsgames.com. You can find all the other links to their platforms, social media platforms, and so forth. Plus information about their games and all that good stuff. And then we also have Chessex. I want a little bit of advertisement for them for the dice that they created for this game. And there you see the military crest, that coat of arms, I guess, for each army. And these are rounded dice, have a nice feel to them, and I like the way they roll. So, which I use a dice tray. I don't use a tower. I have a cup that I roll with. So there that is. Don't forget that I will be in the last video giving out information on how you can possibly win a free 7 dice set of Chessex dice. Now let's kind of get right to what's going on. We are still in the 4 o'clock turn, which is a military time, would be 1600. And we have snow. Snow limits line of sight to 4 hexes and results in a -1 die roll modifier for all fire combat. So, and then it has a few other effects for dealing with orders and activation cubes. All right, now the last activation we had was the red cube, which was simultaneous fire. And before I really talk about that, I wanted to talk about over here where we have, I'll just move over here closer. Where we have Markov, okay, here, and he was finally got orders to move to Althoff, okay. He had attack orders, okay, instead of just move, because it was so hard to get him started that they figured, hey, you better be ready to attack. And he got activated, and then I was contemplating about the French on how to go about bringing in LaSalle. And I wasn't really thinking about, well, LaSalle could possibly reaction charge. Okay. Now I did explain that, you know, they can only come in so far, so close to Markov, because of that 5 hex rule. Okay, you can't move closer than 5 hexes away from enemy units. And I put out the blocks to show that range, whether it be the Prussians here or the Russians. And that's because they're going to be coming in with a strategic movement. So they're not in any kind of battle order. Okay. But for cavalry, of course, if they were threatened, then they could still reaction charge out of that. And they can, of course, evade. But the issue with evading is that all of this here, okay, in this area is marsh. And marsh limits cavalry's ability to charge. Okay, they can't charge into or out of this marsh. So they would have to be able to move out of the marsh in order to then charge. They can't charge. They wouldn't be able to reaction charge if they are in a marsh. So that's one limitation. Okay, and it's all right through here in the middle of this area here, so the forces them to push either this way or this way and go through here, which has woods here. Okay, and let me just put that over here. Okay, so if we turn just a little bit, we can see that there's woods here that the cavalry can't enter, and these two hexes here. And of course you have the villages. And the only way they can come into a village is by road, and they have to stay on the road. So they're not going to be able to charge. Okay, and same thing if they're over here at Smoditten or Smodotten, and over here at Althoff. Okay, so they can actually go through the town, the village, okay, by road. But then of course they've got the marsh here, they got the side of the map here. Okay, and although the game doesn't specifically, I don't recall reading anything about being forced off the map, but most games, if you're forced off the map, you're just out of play. And some will, you know, you're counted as, well, I guess if it's voluntary, you know, that's different. But if you're forced off, then you're just out of the game. And then it's whether or not you think they should be counted. Of course, you're going to lose those fatigue points, the cubes, okay, which neither army can afford to lose. So that's why I was trying to think of a way to bring them in out, you know, without putting them in strategic move. But the rules say they must enter in strategic move. So I guess even I was thinking, well, if I held them out, maybe I could change them to a different, you know, held them out for a turn, an hour, then maybe I could enter them in attack order or something. Well, the rules don't say that. So I'm gonna stick as close to as I can to the rules. I don't want to change a bunch of rules. So so I'm going to have to bring them in, and then they're either going to have to use reaction charge, evade, okay, to, you know, stand to, you know, kind of hold their ground, okay. But of course, they're going to have a big negative modifier if they try to hold their ground because they're in strategic move. So that's the issue. So, all right, let's get started. Okay, so the last activation cube was the fire cube. So one of the fire cubes is gone. Okay, we've got the Russians. Okay, so far I've activated the 4th Division, okay, which was Samov, okay, which is right here, okay, and I've activated the Center Cavalry Reserve, that is over there by our snow over here, and then the other one is Markov, okay, which, you know, if I activate Markov, you know, then I'm going to be forced to enter. I'm going to have to wait till next hour and enter with attack orders. If I can roll for the attack orders, I'll have to roll to see if I can change, and that'll cost well, no, it won't cost. It'll just be LaSalle rolling on his initiative because that's the only way he would be able to enter. And there's quite a few other things the Russians want to do. One thing is, of course, we want to really attack hard over here with Kaminsky. Okay, Kaminsky wants to try to really hit Davout's forces over here pretty hard. Okay, which is going to be Friant and Gudin. So that is one area that the Russians want to activate. Okay, another area is going to be Markov, and of course the right-wing cavalry that we have with Korff. So decisions. Let's see what we can do with Markov over here and see if we can't get something done with that. So alright, so we're going to activate Markov. This will be his second activation, which means there's going to be a -1 to their movement over here. Okay, so the units will start off with 1 movement used. So okay, so this battalion here, so he's already used 1, so 1 for the second activation, so 1. Okay, going to turn a little bit here. 2, upslope is 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's as far as he's got there. Okay, and then let's see what we got here. Okay, so these 2 units, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this unit that Markov is with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move Markov last. Okay, so this unit, 1, 2, because we have 1 for the second activation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this unit here. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these 2 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he just moves up here to this artillery. Okay, so that's his activation. And let me just put some of these cubes out. I can actually use for this, I think I'm going to use these big wooden blocks. So if we count 5, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, see that right there, and then 1, 2, 3, it actually goes to the edge of the map there. Okay, this unit here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, that's, going to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually goes with him. Goes out to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here we've got, going back this way, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that just shows you that to bring them in, you know, they can't do anything. Okay. And the rules are that they have to come in through that road. So as long as Markov is there, they're not coming in. Which means, okay, they're going to have to wait until next hour. Roll to see if they can change their order. If they can't, then they're going to have to wait another hour. Okay? And the same thing with anybody else that wants to come up that road. Now, you could say, well, what about this other road? Okay. Sometimes, you know, you can enter just with, you know, the next space, you know, whatever area is over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Maybe they could come in here. Well, I don't know if, you know, those two roads are joined somewhere. If they are, they might be joined way down somewhere where they wouldn't easily be able to just, you know, although we have cavalry, they could, of course, traverse over open ground, but don't know how far those woods go, you know. So the way to solve that, and this is where the freedom comes in my opinion, the freedom of the player to, you look at the rules and follow them. And when you come to something that, you know, hey, you don't have an answer for, and you're not sure what to do, think it through and say, okay, what would the French do? Well, they would halt outside of this range, change their order to attack orders, and then come in. So, that's what's going to happen. They can't enter there. All right. Next cube. I'll leave those blocks there just for my own personal. All right, so we got a blue cube now, which is the French. And of course, I'm not bringing in LaSalle. So I've got to think about, well, what else can I do? I've already activated the 3rd Division of 4th Corps. That was Legrand. I activated him over here. Okay. I could possibly activate, I already activated Joseph with the 4th Corps Cavalry. I could activate them again because we would like to, of course, attack this infantry here with this unit, okay, and roll them up, force them to retreat with some heavy losses. And I do have 1 or 2, well, a little bit more than that, a few units that haven't activated as of yet. So they're still, they're not tired. This guy should actually be on top of that artillery. So, but of course they're going to have a -2 to their movement. And then after that, of course, they can only move 1 more time. So do I do that? Maybe do I, you know, come over here to, I think I want to do something with Friant because, you know, right now his men are not in really good position. So let's come over here to where Friant is. Let's move this out of the way. I could actually put it right there on a heavy one. Not like that. And then I could put another heavy one down here. Maybe right there. There we go. So I want gonna mark some of these units that are not. We're gonna activate, I've either got Gudine, okay, or what happened to this guy? How come they're turned? Oh, should have been turned like that. Gotta just try to figure out who's who here. Alright, so let me mark these. I'm going to go with Freant. Okay. The ones that I'm marking here are going to be... oh, no. Okay, that one is Gudine's, but this one's not. And let's see what these guys are. Okay. This is 1st Division. Okay, and of course that's 3rd. This is 3rd, and should have one more black. Okay, I'll use a brown. Okay, that's 3rd, and of course, let's see, this one here is 3rd, and so is this one. Okay. All right, so a lot of France battalions. He's got 3 battalions. Let's see. Okay, these guys here are not his either. Okay, so a lot of his battalions are back here. Okay, underneath Davout. He's got a battalion. He's got a battalion underneath this artillery, and the artillery is his. And that is one of his battalions. So he only has, well, what has he got? He's got a battalion, so there's only 3 of his battalions over here. The rest of them are back over here on this other side, over here with, in between 1st, and where Gudine was at. Gudine's kind of been pushed back and around, so, okay, so I'm activating Freant, and Freant is the 2nd Division of 3rd Corps of Davout. So I've got okay, this is their 1st activation. So the one here that's got Davout, okay, is right here. It's going to turn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then downslope 3, 4, 5, right there. And this one here is not his. Oh shoot! Dadgummit, that went behind my table. How did that happen? Oh. Well, I'll get down here and see if I can without knocking stuff over the body here. So, let's see, so this unit here is sitting right there. All right. I probably should have activated. I'm just kind of knocking things over left and right here. What's a cup? Yeah, the window unit's going full bore. It's been hot here. It gets hot early and it stays hot. So as I was saying, I should have activated Houdini first, but I've already activated here, so I don't think I can get this on here. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so this guy here, I can actually turn right there. And now, I could threaten to charge those infantry units, those Russian battalions, and they can either try to stand, hold. Don't want to use stand, but that's a different. We got hold. Their position is when they're in the face of a charge or an assault. To stand is when you're. It's more of a morale type of thing with enemy units around you. You know, either being destroyed or running away, routing. And also if you take a severe hit, which is the asterisk on the fire chart. So there's two. Actually, there's several units here that are within sight. This unit. This unit, and well, I don't know if that other guy, because of this square, well, yeah, I guess he can. This unit here, they're all in a position where they're in danger of being charged. So this unit here Now this unit is in the rear of this unit, so in my opinion they're going to be able to change formation because of that. And the way to do that is, of course, turn him around. Change his facing. Now he can't. So I should have done that prior to activating that cavalry. So it's turning back. And so now the Russians have to decide if they want to go to square or not, and then they have to roll. So these two are the closest. Okay, this unit wants to roll. Okay, and this is where the stand. Well, this is where the roll for whether or not they can the square roll. Okay, so distance to the enemy cavalry is 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be -2. Okay. And that's it. Okay. And they've got to get 8 or higher. Is that right? Yeah, 8 or more. And we've got -2. Okay, rolled an 8. Okay, becomes a 6. So they lose a step and stay like they are. Okay. Now this one here, okay, has 4 steps, so they could actually attempt to go to square. And you know, that's the thing is, you roll and you fail, you're gonna lose a step, plus you're gonna be, you know, vulnerable to a charge. This one here is not going to worry about it because he's actually got to go through that one to get to him, because he'd have to stop right here, entering adjacent to an enemy unit. But these guys here, you know, they don't know if they want to change. If they can't change the line. All they can do is go to square. And they're not going to be able to inflict much, if anything, with fire. Defensive fires, just they're not going to really inflict that much. So, same thing with this other guy over here. So I think they're all just going to stand. I mean, hold, not stand, but they're not going to roll for a square. So that's easy pickings for these guys. And of course, they're going to take advantage of that. Get my big hand out of the way. And so they're going to charge here. They're going to go 1, 2, right there. 3. 1, 2, 3, because they're moving adjacent to an enemy unit. All right, so we've got that charge. Okay. What I put that there for? This guy here already charged, so we can actually have this guy move and not have to worry about that guy charging. So he's actually going to turn and go back this way. 1, 2, 3, and then turn around. Right there. Okay. With that big black rock. And this unit is going to go 1, 2, and then turn to square. So I could actually go one more. There we go, right there, go to square. Okay. Okay, so friend is gonna turn around, reface. And this unit here is gonna turn, go up slope, 1, 2, and then go 3, 4. That. This guy's actually out of order. So if he was to move, he's got to move closer to a friend, and I don't want to do that right now. Same thing with these guys. They got to hold their ground. So I think that's about all I'm going to do there. Okay, so I'm going to have these 2 units are going to assault this unit. And of course I have the charge. Okay, so we'll start here with the charge, and okay, so they're in column, so they can fire 2 strength. There's going to be -1 for the snow. Okay, and +1 for defensive fire, so it evens out. And they're going to have to have an 11. Let's see, yeah, 11 or 12. They got a 5, so no go there. Oh, I've got another one. Forgot about this one. I got Davu. Okay, going up against those guys. Okay, so let's go with where Friant's at. Okay. Now that unit has to I guess you just go ahead and we'll just go ahead and do the finalize everything. It's not going to matter with these. Gummit! I just had a big drop there. I dropped my phone yesterday and sent some pieces flying, and luckily I was able to move stuff back to where it was. And luckily here we didn't have a total smash of units. I don't know where that went. I think it was, it don't matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish out this charge over here. Okay, so we've got 5, okay, up against 4. Okay. So that's going to be 1-to-1. Now they are Russian, but they do have an attack order. So that right now they're at +1. Okay. But when we come on down here, we're going to have cavalry against infantry not in square. That's going to be -4. So we're going to have a -3. And we rolled a 9. Becomes a 6, which means, okay, they're going to lose 2. So I guess it's going to be the top unit that's going to lose 2. And then they've got to retreat. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you didn't see where that went, but of course then they can move in there. I have to flip them over like that. Okay. Gotta be careful how I pick this up. So this is where they move back to. All right, now we move to the next one, which is the blue against the orange. Defensive fire. Okay, they're all in column. Okay, strength of 2 has to be divided. So we're gonna have defensive fire. That's +1. Firing at infantry in column +1. Snow is -1, so it's gonna be a +1. 7, 8 is not enough. With only 1 strength, gotta roll. Have to have a result of a 12. 8, 9's not enough. Okay, so now we go ahead and do the the assault. So we got 7 and 7's 14. Okay, that's 6-to-1. Okay, so we're at 4-to-1. That's -3. Nobody's elite. He is a Russian, so now that +1, so we're at -2. They are in attack order, so they don't get that. They're attacked by more than 1 hex. That's a -1, so we're back up to -3. Everybody's in column. So that's where we're at. We're at -3. Rolled an 8, -3 is a 5. So they take a loss and have to retreat. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I could actually move both of them in there. Actually, I've got Also have France leadership value, but still doesn't change anything. We'll move that one in. All right. So I can remove these two. All right. So now we go to Davoo, okay, and that's still his front, considered his front. So he's going to have a strength of 2. The unit Davoo is with is in, I think, column. Yeah, column. So. +1 for defensive fire, +1 for infantry in column, -1 for snow, so it's +1. Rolled a 4, 5, 6 is not enough. Okay. So now we take a look at the strength of the units. So we've got 7. Okay, here we have 4 and 5 is 12. So that's going to be 1 to 2. Okay, so that's +2. Russian +1 is now +3. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so the only other thing we're going to have is going to be the leadership value, which is going to be +3. I mean -3, so we're at 0. Just straight up. And I got a 7, which is not enough. So, got to take a loss and retreat. Has to be at least an 8. So, well, no, I was not. How did I ended up? That's only 9. I don't think that's enough. Let's see. Well, anyways, he's still going to lose 1 and be forced to retreat. But I factored that wrong. That was 9, 7 to 9. All right, so retreat them back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm going to go 6. All right. Let's come back. And next cube, okay, is the Russians. So, and Markov has already gone twice. I really don't need to move him, I don't think, again, unless LaSalle shows up. So I could attack with Kaminsky, I need to get rid of. I do need to get rid of that square over there. So let's pull this off. Let's come over here and do probably have to turn this off. See what that does. I don't know if that really helps or not. Let's see that. I can't get rid of that glare without turning this off. So, and I don't want to create a shadow with this. Oh, excuse me. So, basically what I have to do is I have to create some light another way. Okay. Hopefully that I guess when I get close, for some reason it looks like it's blurry. So, having issues with my lighting. I think maybe I'm just going to have to come back over here to this other side where lighting is not going to be an issue. Got a light I need to replace. So let's see how that looks. Still looks, there we go. Okay, I should be able to get everybody in there. All right, so we're going to activate Kaminsky. So here he is, okay. And of course the cavalry units that you see are not his. All the other units, the infantry units, and he's got some artillery. He's got 2 guns right here. This is all his. So, and everyone appears to be in within his command range. Even this unit here, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we want to for sure eliminate this square here if we can. So this unit is going to go here. That's 1, 2. These guys here are going to go 1, 2, just like so. Then we are going to, I guess only got 1. So what do we got here? I guess only got 1. He's got 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. This unit here, he's only got 2 left in this village. Okay, these 2 guns. Put that with Kaminsky. Okay, so he's going to slide over to here. This unit here is going to come joining. Okay, so these artillery units are going to go 1, 2, upslope 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 on limber. He just don't have the. He's lost too many of his units. Have lost strength. So 1, 2, 3 goes there. You know, there's. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. He needs to regroup. That or needs maybe some of Baggy's units, get Essen involved here to shore where Baggy was at and have Baggy rotate over. Something. All right, let's focus on the combat there with the square. Okay, so the square has to split its fire between those 2 battalions that are attacking it. Okay, so it's going to be +1 for defensive fire, and then they're both in columns, so that's +1. Snow is -1, so it's going to be a +1, but with a strength of 1. 7, 8 is not enough. 6 is not enough. So now we take a look at the strength, which is 4. Okay, and here we've got a strength of 6 and 3, that's 9. So we've got 2 to 1. Okay. And that is, oh no, that's actually Goudin's. So Goudin actually has no, he's got attack orders. Okay. All right, so we've got 2 to 1. That's -1. Assaulted for more than 1 hex. That's -1. So now we're at -2. In square formation, assaulted by infantry. That's another -1. So we're at -3. So looks like it's going to be -3. Seven becomes 4, so they're actually going to lose a step. And they're actually going to lose more than just a step. Okay, because They've got to come out of their square. So they lose a step, so now they're at 4, and they've got to retreat. Now, can't really retreat here. They could retreat to this hex, okay, which is going to force Goldatzine back to there. So they go to here, okay, but then, okay, they got to keep retreating, okay. So that's 1. They go to here, that's 2. Then they got to take another loss because they're adjacent to an enemy unit. So now they're at 5. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll move in this one. All right, that's done. Now, with the number of losses that Kaminsky has with his units, the French could really cause a lot of fatigue cube losses by attacking some of those units, because they only have like 1 strength left. And with an assault, if they can get them to have to retreat, then they can get that loss. So that's something that they need to look into, maybe look into doing. All right, so now we're ready for another activation cube. Oh, look at that. It's gonna be the simultaneous fire. So we'll come over here to this side of the map. Of course, we're gonna move that some. And we will start over here. All right. So we've got these 2 guns here, these 2 batteries, and they tried to hit the Lancers last time. I might just go with the let's go with the Lancers again. It's 1, 2, 3. Either 2 or 3 is the same. So that's going to be times 2. So that's 8. And it's a -1 for the snow. And rolled a 7, makes a 6, and that's not enough. So, and actually I should be firing with the Russians should get the first fire. But again, there's no Russians to fire over here. So I'm just trying to, you know, handle what's over to the farthest, farthest side of the map, and then work the other way. And it's the same thing with this artillery piece that I have right here with OSEF, and of course they're going to fire right there at those dragoons, and that's a strength of 4 minus 1 for the snow. Oh, 3 becomes a 2. Like that. Like this. So French artillery is not too potent, or hasn't been. All right. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we've got this Russian unit that has multiple units to fire at, and so it's going to pick this cavalry unit and this French battalion. So the cavalry unit first, there's going to be a -1. Okay, can't fire at that unit and get any kind of result because of the -1. And he couldn't do the same thing over here against this French unit that's in line. So he's going to be able to fire that one strength at the unit in column, because so you don't get the defensive fire, die roll modifiers, because this is offensive fire. So we have a -1 for snow, infantry units in column -1, so 6. It's not enough. So all right, now the French battalion firing against the Russian, strength of 2, +1 for infantry in column, -1 for the snow. 5 is not enough. So choose these guns here first. All right, and so these actually have to fire separately. All right, so the artillery has got a line over here that signifies that it's light. Okay, so we got a strength of 2. Light is going to restrict the range, is what it does. So strength of 2 at canister range adjacent is going to be ×4, so we've got 8. Okay, and -1 for the snow. Okay, we rolled 8. I have to have at least an 8, and I rolled a 6 -1. Okay, it's a 5. So, and then the line infantry underneath is going to also have a strength of 8. 4. It's got only 1 loss, so it has a strength of 4 times 2 is 8. Units in line, so it's going to be a -1 for the snow. 5, 4, so that wasn't effective. So, and then of course the line infantry there fires back, and he has to split his fire between these 2 units. Okay, this unit is in column, so it'll be the orange unit. So total strength is 4. Split is going to be 2 times 4 is 2 times, yeah, no, 2 times 2 is 4. So a strength of 4. The target is in column, so +1, -1 for snow. 8 minus, oh, it's just straight up. And I needed a 9, so. Okay, and then firing at the artillery and the unit in line is going to be -1 for the snow, strength of 4. 6 becomes a 5, so it's not effective. And then we have this artillery unit over here. There's 2 guns, and they're going to fire at this French battalion in line, but they're actually firing into its flank, so that's firing at a unit that is like it was in column. So we've got a strength of 4 times 2 is 8, +1 for firing at the flank of a line infantry, and then -1 for the snow, so it's just straight up. That's 8 at a strength of 8 is a hit. So this unit takes a hit, which now puts it at 3. Okay, and as in the last fire phase, this unit doesn't have anybody to fire at because we only have a range of 4 due to the snow. Same thing with this unit, same thing with this one. 4. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So even this unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. So none of those artillery pieces can fire. So we move back. We've got this unit here, which is in column, firing into the flank of this guard battalion. And since he's firing into the flank, it's like column, so -1 +1. Strength of 2. 7 is not enough. And we can return fire with this artillery right here, and there are 2 batteries, so that's 4 times 2 is strength of 8. Snow -1. 7, 6 is not enough, so squandered that. And then this unit here and fire here. So strength of 2. Unit is in line, so it's going to be a -1 for snow. 4 is not enough. And then this unit can fire back. He's got a strength of 3. 3 can fire, he's in line, so times 2 is strength of 6. +1 for column, -1 for snow. 8 at 6 is going to be a hit. All right. Okay, and I've already talked about the fact of someone in obstructed terrain. It's kind of useless to fire on them unless you have a certain. You got to have a high enough strength, and strength of only 2 because you're in obstructed terrain's not enough. You know, even with this 2 guns, 2 batteries here wasn't enough to do any damage. So that's that. Okay, now however, over here is a different story. These guns firing right here at these dragoons. And so, and those are heavies, so they get that +1 for being heavy. So, and I believe they're 8. Yeah. So they're gonna be firing at 16. 8 times 2 is 16. +1 for heavy, -1 for the snow. Five. I think that's still going to be a hit. Yep, barely. Now that's 4. So the next one there, one, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he might as well fire at those dragoons too. Okay, so again, that's 16. +1 for being heavy, -1 for the snow. 6, that's going to be another hit. So now we're sitting at 5. I think he should be exhausted. Because he attacked somebody, I'm pretty sure. Okay. This one here. Fire here. So that's going to be 16 as well. Got a total of 8 there. Yeah, 8. +1 for heavy, -1 for snow. 6 is a hit. So all right. I'm gonna let that unit fire. I'm gonna put a smoke marker on this one. And its target is right there. Now, if it was just firing at artillery alone, it's -3 because the artillery is so spread out. There is an infantry unit under here in column. So that's a range of 1, 2, 3. That's going to be ×2, so that's 4 +1 for infantry. Column, -1 for the snow. So 7. I don't think that's enough. Got to have at least an 8. Yeah. No. Strength of 4. You have to have a 9. So. All right. All right, so now this artillery piece, those guns are going to fire right here. So that's adjacent. That's 2 × 4. That's 8. He's in column. That artillery unit is not heavy. He's actually light because the little bar here, white bar, is on the left side. Okay, on the heavies, it's on the right. So, but it is in column, so that's +1, -1 for the snow, so it's just even. And I rolled double 1, so that wasn't effective. And then the unit underneath is in column, and they've got strength of 2, so they can fire out of there at the same target. Double 1s again. Okay. And now the unit there directly in front will fire, strength of 2. The target is in column, so that's +1, -1 for the snow. Oh, there's another double 1. That's 3 double 1s. Okay, and actually they should have split their fire. They should have split their fire with this unit. Too late now. Okay. That's also a strength of 2. And that was a 5. No, that's also a miss. So, okay. Nothing really important there. Between what happened right there. And okay, so now we have to look at this dragoon in here being fired at by these 2 units that are in the square. So square, so actually we've got 2 squares gonna fire on that unit. So the green has a strength of 2, -1 for the snow. 4 × 3 is not enough. The blue, 9 -1 is 8, and that's not enough with a strength of only 2. So now we have to go somewhere else, which is going to be right there. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't see this one because of this unit, I believe. Maybe he might be able to. Let me clean this up a little. you would have to turn like that. Yeah, sure, why not? And they're in column. So that's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4. That's times 1. So it's 2 in column plus 1. No, artillery column, that's a plus 2. Oh man, I did not do that right. But over there, well, any of these, I don't think I had the plus 2. Shoot. And a square, which they didn't have. Yeah, that should have been a plus 2. But most of these weren't that close. Few were. Okay, so that's plus 2, minus 1 for snow, so a plus 1. And 6, 7, that's only a strength of 4. You gotta have 9, so. But I was not doing that right. It's, with artillery, it's 2 for infantry in column and 4 if they're in square. So the only place I think, well, yeah, was in here, okay, and also here, but I rolled so low here that it wouldn't have mattered. So all right, let's move over this way. And back here a little bit. Okay, so I've got these guns here. They've only got a strength of 1. Okay. But they can fire right here. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's going to be times 2. So times 2. They've only got a strength of 1, so that's going to be just 2. And minus 1 for the snow. 10, 9. That's not enough to do any damage. And then the one next to it here. Up in there, I don't know. Okay, same thing, but that's going to be a 1, 2. He's firing at this unit. That's a range of 3 times 2, strength of 4, minus 1. 10 is 9. I think that's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. So these Russian hussars take another hit. Okay. These two guys should have been separated. And they actually shouldn't be there. They should be over here. I don't know how they got. I guess when I dropped that, I didn't realize they got knocked over. So, all right, so let's move on over to, okay, those guys over here. Okay, so we've got, there's one artillery unit here, and they're going to fire here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives them only a strength of 2 with a minus 1. They're going to have to get a 12. 7's not enough. You've got to stack that artillery. It's just not effective otherwise. Yeah, the same thing here, but these guys are stacked, and that's a range of 3. So that's going to be times 2, which is going to be 8. No, yeah, 8 minus 1 because of the snow. 7 minus 1 is 6, and that's not anything either. 6 to 8, you got to get at least an 8. Tell you what, the French artillery have not been effective. And let's see. The only other unit is going to be there, but these cavalry units are behind that slope. So are these. So he really, they're not going to have anybody to fire at. This one here, these guys are blocking. So, and that square got forced to retreat. So now that they're up there close enough, they don't have anybody to fire at. Okay, so that ends that fire phase. And let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got even number of colors in here. Okay, 5 and 5. So that means up possibly 8, and then possibly only 6. If one color is drawn, well, it'd have to be more than that. It'd have to be, well, no, it could be 3. Draw other cube, and then draw 3 more, 6. Yeah, it'd have to be at least 7. So we're either looking at 7 or 8 cubes, activations. 7 or 8 activations left in this hour. So I'm going to stop right there, that way I can clear off these smoke markers, take a break, and then come back and pick up with another video. Like I said, this could end pretty quickly if someone's able to push through and capture some objectives. That, or have to be a lot of units being destroyed, forced due to losses off the map, and that could happen with Kaminsky over there. He's got, most of his battalions only have one strength point left, but Davout he doesn't really have the strength over there. To get that done, especially with Gulbadzin's cavalry there on his flank, and then Van Paulen right there in the center, right there opposing very few units. So Bennington was pretty smart in moving over close enough to activate Markov's, to get him over there to slow down the entrance of the Saul. So I need to try to do something over here on this flank over here with Koff and Korf or Korf and Lestat kind of working together to try to cave in this flank over here, because this is where you got right here you've got that's 10 fatigue points, and Eylau is, I think, worth 15. Yeah, 15. So, and they've got a foothold with this one unit here, but you know, he doesn't really have anything behind this artillery. This artillery is about all that's facing it. You know, probably should have had Essen try to you know, take Eylau. So, not very good planning on Bennigsen's part, which all falls back to me, right? So, okay, so we'll come back. We still have the French with a slight advantage on the fatigue cubes. Okay, the Russians up there, as you can see, have 45, and the French have 51. So about a six cube difference there. But even a 1 cube difference can be the difference between winning and losing here, I think. You know, that could really happen where we just, you know, slowly wind down to, you know, 1 or 2 cubes left. And where both armies are looking to try to use orders that give them cubes back. So, all right, come on back. That was we're still in the 4 o'clock turn, the 1600 turn, and we might make it to the last turn, and whoever has the most army fatigue points, that's going to matter. That's going to make a difference. So it might be at a moment where they're both going to try to conserve, you know, pull back and try to conserve and only attack maybe in an area where they think they can gain something of significance, like an objective. So, and Altov up here is not worth anything. So, all right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it.